April. Hey, Tonio. You don't never be late. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, y'all. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get him.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, friend. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me good on your end?
Yep, I can hear you. Can y'all hear us? Hey, Jazz. Hey, Roderick.
Appreciate the
Can y'all?
love.
Look, I've been waiting all week for like 2 weeks for this. 2 weeks for this. I swear. All right. So, I like to just jump on in it. So, can you just introduce yourself before I tell them how? Let me start like this. I had 20,000 followers. I was doing everything. I couldn't get over that hump of 20,000 followers. Then I met you. And we did that live last time. And
Right.
now I'm at 25.9 thousand followers. I just want to start like that. So can you introduce yourself and tell us what you do and then let us use you? Let us use you.
You're so stupid. But yeah, most definitely. My name is Antonio Milhouse. I'm actually here out of Atlanta, Georgia. And pretty much my background is pretty much helping a lot of coaches, consultants, service-based batters, and course creators, with growing and monetizing their Instagram. And, I've been doing this now for 6 years. And it's just been a phenomenal journey. Just been able to educate so many people on Instagram because so many people just have, no ideas or guidance in terms of how to really leverage Instagram the right way for their business. And so just been in this field for about 6 years now, and it's just been amazing. And so I'm excited to be able to pour, my knowledge, my blessings, my gift to you all. And it's up to you all at the end of this live to take action on what you're going to learn. Because Nikki, she took action, last year, because we did our live last year. It was September 16th, 2020. And so, like she said, she was stuck at that point of 20,000. Now she's over 25,000 some followers on her way to 26,000. So it's just to show you just the information that you just take with this. I mean, you can definitely get results and start seeing it in no time. So yeah, that's my background.
All right. So I'm just going to start off. Why I ain't getting as many likes as I used to? That's what somebody got on the question. I'm just going to get to it. So have there been any changes on Instagram since the last time we had the live? Well, I know it's been some changes, but
right.
Like people are saying that their posts are less visible now. So
well, go ahead.
So is that an Instagram thing, or do you think that's because they pushing video content now?
So with Instagram, of course, now their main focus is videos. That's where their main focus is right now, is videos, because videos, honestly, is where it's at nowadays. People love to see the visuals, the movements and everything, like how we are interacting now on this live. That's where Instagram is headed. Now, not saying that even if you post a regular image, you still can't get, the likes that you normally used to get. But one thing I would say, just Instagram right now is really heavy focus on videos. That's why they're pushing out reels so heavy. Everybody and their mama doing reels just like they was on TikTok. So videos is where it's at right now. And a lot of times I had someone ask me like, well, my engagement decreased. But really the thing is, like, when Instagram roll out these different features, like reels and stuff like that, they want you as the user of the platform to let and utilize it, because by you utilizing what they put out new, you're going to get rewarded because you're, for one, being consistent with it and you're using it. And so that's how Instagram tracks or gain data in terms of whether they should keep this. And so reels is something that I don't see going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So videos is definitely where it's at.
Cause I know Instagram paid me $100 for something. It was either like post a couple of reels or something, and they gave me $100. And I called my accountant like, "Hey, this shit for real? Like, hey, this for real?" She was like, "Yeah." And then they was like, "If you go live a couple of times, we'll pay you." But I missed it. So some kind of way I missed it. So that's how I know like they're really, really pushing the reels and
Right.
stuff like that. Now, how important are the hashtags now? Because I'm seeing 3 to 5. It used to be 13,000, and then so what's up with the hashtags?
So yeah, you know, a lot of us saying 3 to 5. You know, not to use all 30 hashtags, but in my opinion, I always tell people that, you know, use the max hashtags that it is 30, just long as they are relevant to what you're posting. And long as it's relatable to what you're putting out there, I mean, go all in with it. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with just testing it out and just see, you know, what type of results you get from it by using less or even more. But I would just tell people just use all 30, just long as it's relatable and congruent with what you're posting.
Is it a way we could tell which hashtags are working better for us?
Well, one of the ways that I determine, you know, the set of hashtags now, when it comes to individual hashtags alone, it's kind of, you know, hard to really identify how well that particular hashtag is worked. So one of the things that I do is like if you have your account set up as a business where you can actually see your insights on all your posts that you put out, where you can see all the shares, likes, comments, saves, and all that. If you look down below, they're going to show you hashtags and they're going to have a number there. So you can really identify, like if you got large numbers, like I know most people get about 3,000, you know, like exposure counts because it shows you the number of how many people or how your post was discovered by many people when it came to that hashtag. So if you look at your analytics on your particular post, then you can identify, you know, how many people really looked at that. And so that's how you'll determine if that set of hashtags that you use, then, you know, like I say, you don't want to keep reusing the same hashtags because, of course, Instagram will shadow ban you. And, you know, of course, that's another thing that can affect your reach because now they feel like you're trying to abuse the system by using the same hashtag because that one post went extremely well or viral, outperform any of your other posts. So one of the things I share with people is you want to switch them up. You know what I'm saying? Like take some hashtags that you may have used in the first set of hashtags of your post. Just take some of them out, add some new ones in, and you can keep some of the ones that you had previously with it, if that makes sense. You know? So that's my take on that.
So what is shadow ban?
Shadow ban is basically where you're basically where Instagram pretty much limit your content from being seen by the majority of the people on the platform. And so a lot of times when people keep using the same hashtags repeatedly, they look at it as scam. And what is Instagram will limit how many people will see your posts and it won't be that visible. But really, when it comes to your content that you're putting out there, you know, 10% of your audience is going to see it. But it's up to you to really be able to deliver great value content, something that's relatable, that's helping your ideal audience or hitting on the pain points and frustrations of your audience, and you delivering it around content like Reels, for an example. And you can really get that percentage or way up versus just 10% of your actual followers looking at it. It can actually reach more people who will see your content.
Okay. Now, what does I'm reading people's questions. That's why I'm kind of all over the place.
That's all right.
What are common reasons why people get their account disabled?
Okay, so here's a few reasons. So one of the reasons why most people's account gets disabled. Now, if you have like a social media manager where you hire somebody to manage your page, that can also play a effect. And I'm going to tell you why, because a lot of times, because I used to, like when I first got into Instagram and really learning the platform, like I used to manage a lot of business owners' pages. You know, people pay me to grow their page and just do all the work for them. But I no longer do that. But what happens is now you have some people who are social media manager that really don't have the knowledge in terms of, you know, how to really properly manage a person's page, because most people, you know, when you got a social media manager or agency or something, and they need, if they ask you for your credentials to log into your account to be able to do these things, and they're logging into different devices that Instagram is not familiarized at this location, like, you know, that right there can also cause your page to get disabled. other thing that causes a lot of pages to get disabled is if people is reporting or hating on you and reporting your profile. That also affects your account from getting disabled as well. So those are like one of the main two reasons of why most people pages get disabled, or sometimes Instagram, they say that you may violated their guidelines based off of you posting something that wasn't relatable. But hell, you really never know because they never tell you the reason. And that's the effort part about it, because you just don't know, okay, what the heck did I do? You know,
Right.
a lot of times too, another thing I would add is 3. So another thing too that can also help cause your page to get disabled is a lot of times when you're resharing somebody's content and you're not giving the original content creator credit for that content.
How I know who it was, even though I scratched out their name on the post. I'm just saying. Shit, I didn't know that was his name. Okay, I got it.
But now though, but like that also plays a role. But now one thing I will tell you and how you can go around that, like for an example, if you don't know the person who originally put the content together, but it's just a post that you like, oh man, I gotta share this, I love it. One of the things that I do is, because I'm a big fan of reposting other people's content, especially if it's relatable to what I'm doing. One of the things that I do that I put in my captions, I would say credit to the respective owner. And then I have like DM me for credit or removal. Just so I know that I don't own the rights. You know, this belongs to its respective owner. So once you have that in there, you'll be good. You know what I'm saying? And it's always good to this way, you know, DM me, you know, for credit, letting you know, like whoever this belongs to, you know, DM me, let me know this is yours. Or if you want me to remove it, okay, I respect that. So that just keep you from having to get your page disabled as well.
Is disabled and hack the same thing?
Well, disabled and hack are two different things. So disabled is basically where Instagram would delete your account where you can't get access to it. But there are ways that you can attempt to get your page back. Now, hacking, you know, if your page get hacked, is where somebody may have gotten your information and went into your account and accessed it and changed everything that you had, like your email address or phone number, and then you trying to get in it. That's hacking. And when you can't really access it at all. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people reach out to me like, my page was hacked. They mad. They going through hell and high waters because they can't get their account back and everything. And so it's a difference between, you know, having your page disabled and hacked. So those are the two difference between the two.
Okay. Now, what are some strategies that we can do ourselves? Let's just say I ain't got no money for a manager. I ain't got no nieces. I ain't got no nephews. I ain't got nothing. So I know last time we kind of talked about some apps that'll help us and stuff like that. So I ain't got no money. What's something that I could do myself to help grow my page or like and get more followers and get more engagement?
Okay, so here's the thing. You know, of course, Instagram is a visually platform. Like I said, videos is where it's at. So you can actually use, it's an app called Mojo, Mojo. That's a good app. And basically Mojo, you know, they do have a free version, but, you know, you can get more access to their premium templates and stuff. You know, it's just $10 a month, you know. So when it comes to that app, I like that app because, like, if you've been following me and you look at some of my stories at times and you see the animations and stuff, it's because I leverage that app because they have pre-made templates that you can just plug and play and put your information in, and it creates very high quality visual graphics, animations, and all that stuff. You know, for your stories, can make your stories more appealing. Now, that's also another thing too that can also help with growing your audience, because people see all this animation and, you know, everything just look beautifully. That's going to also attract more people to your page. So I would say leverage Mojo. That's a great app. The app that I just actually came across from one of my mentors is called Render Forest. That's another good app. So they have an app and they have a online website that you can go on and create you know, your videos and stuff like that, and you can customize, you know, the the size of it, if you want it like in story format, you know, full screen or square, like you can customize. So they have templates like that. So like if you want to create like an animated logo, you can actually upload a picture of your logo there, create some high quality animations for your logos and stuff like that. And so they have a lot of different, you know, tools and different things that you can actually leverage to, you know, make your stories more exciting versus boring. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I will say, like when it comes to stories, if you can post more videos than you do images, because when you posting images in your stories, it's only up for about 8 to 10 seconds. But when you're posting stories, or not stories, but videos in your stories, now you can use the full 15. Just long as you captivate and hook your audience in within those first 3 seconds, you good.
Okay, I'm glad you said the first 3 seconds, because if you don't get me right away, I'm gone. Like, don't try to wait to the end,
Right?
or nothing like that.
All
Now, okay, 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
I think my insight's wrong, because when I go by my insights 12, 3, I get something, but when I randomly say everybody I know probably eating right now and just post, I kind of get a better reaction.
Right.
So my first question is, are the insight? How do you feel about the insights? And my second one, shit, I forgot. So after you answer that one, my second one was, how many times a day do you feel like somebody should post?
Okay, got you. So to your first question in regards to the insights, to be honest with you, this day and age, I honestly don't. I look at my insights that Instagram has, but I don't focus like the time of the posting aspect. I don't even focus on that, to be honest with you. Because the fact is, like I said, a lot of times the analytics are totally off. And a lot of times when you do post at those times that they so-called say that this is the best time, or when the most active users or your audience is online, what happens is that'll be the time where you get the less engagement, from my experience. And so what I do is I would just test out a different time and just test it out and see how, like, when I get the most engaged audience to engage with my content. And what I do is once I really find, okay, that time that I posted, I jot it down so I don't forget. And then I keep just testing it over and over again. So as I see something consistent, like, okay, around this time, they are pretty much engaging. So I'm going to keep this in mind. So now you want to set your own time when you need to post. But like I say, it's all about testing and experimenting just to see when the right time, you know, you get the most engagement and majority of your audience engaging with your content. So that's my take on that. So like going back to the whole analytics thing, like one of the things too that I look at too on how well a post can perform, if you go to your analytics, you can look at all your posts. Instagram shows you posts from, they had the highest reach, the highest likes, comments, and all that. So if you go through the search and filter through that, they're going to show you your top posts that perform well. And what you need to do is reevaluate those contents that went pretty good, got a lot of engagement, and you need to start creating similar content around that or similar to what you already did and do that. Testing is everything, like Charlotte said, absolutely. So that's my take on that. So how you can know what your audience like look at your analytics. You seen that you got a lot of engagement that you never may have gotten before. Keep doing that same thing. So that's another thing I want to share with you when it comes to analytics, because really that's my main focus when I look at those analytics in the back is like, okay, wet posts perform pretty well. Okay, I need to do more of this there. And just stay consistent. Absolutely. To answer your second question regarding to, how many times per day should you post? Now, this, I get this a lot. Now, I would tell you this, like if you're just now starting out fresh, I would just say anywhere between 1 to 3 times. But like if you've been on here for a while, honestly, if you post 1 time a day at a consistent time every single day, you can still grow your account. Like most people feel like you just got to post 5, 10, 20 times out the day just to really grow your business or really get the exposure. But really, I tell people, man, you really don't have to do all that unnecessary posting. throughout the day, because sometimes your followers can get aggravated, and then you posting too much, they can end up unfollowing you. Because it's some people that post like crazy. I had to unfollow because I'm like, damn, I don't want to keep saying every 5 minutes you posting something. Like, give your post time to gather data and, you know, get the interactions out of it before you want to just post another post. So I would just say, you know, if you've been doing this for a while, I mean, one time a day is good enough, or in a minimum 2, I would say. But if you're just not starting out, you know, just to build momentum, between 1 to 3 times.
Okay, so you answer Vicaria. Well, she didn't want nobody to know her name, King Bo. She wanted to know whether there's a such thing as posting too much, but you answered that. What's the maximum amount of time that you would do? See, I can't go over 3 because I'm gonna get sick of myself. So, but I see some people go 5, 6. Man, but for me, when I post over 3, like if I post them too close together, that second one don't get no action.
Right.
Like, because I guess they're too close together.
Right.
So what's a maximum that you think?
So like in terms of like spreading out your posts? So basically, you know, I always tell people, like, when it comes, if you're going to do like 3 times a day, for example, separate your posts like 4 hours from each other. You know, don't do, you know, an hour after the hour, like, because the thing is, you want to give your post time to really gather the data, see how many people come around and engage with that post before you start doing something. Because one of the things that I used to do in my beginning stages, I used to have a set time that I would post. So it would be around 9 in the morning, 12 at noon, and 3 in the evening. So I used to do them 3 hours apart at that time. Now, at that time, that was effective. But now things change, so I added an extra hour. So, like, if I do post more than 1 time a day, I'm going to make sure I post 4 hours apart from each other. And just not, like, 2 hours or an hour after the hour of that post. So that's my take on that.
So what do you do? So I repurpose a lot of stuff. So, for instance, I'll take this. Something you said might be a carousel. I might chop part of this into a reel. I might, it's going to be an IGTV. Do you repurpose stuff
all the time?
Or do you? Okay, because it's hard coming up with new content all the time. And so what do you do? What do you do when you run out of content?
So one of the things that I do, like, and I know most people have this problem, all right, when it comes to, like, okay, damn, I don't know what I need to post. So with me, and I think I shared this with the audience last time when we did it, and then I just reiterated again. So I'm going to share with you 2 ways that you can all come up with ideas on what you need to post. So the first way, I'm going to just share with you guys the 4 E's of social media, okay? So when it comes to social media, these are 4 E's that I go by. So this will definitely help you, like, get out of the idea of, like, dang, I don't know what to post. Like, what should I do? And understand that if you are running a business, everything don't have to be just business, right? Let your audience know, for one, that you're an all-around type of person, right? So the first E is posting educational content. So whatever business you're doing, whatever industry you're in, post something educational. Educating your audience about your industry, right? Dropping facts about your industry, right? Number 2, you want to post enlightening content, meaning posting motivational, inspirational messages, quotes, you know, motivational reels, stuff like that. The third E is posting engaging content. So what I mean by engaging content is basically you can have, like, ask your audience questions to get them to engage with whatever the question you're asking, because that's going to also help with getting your content out there to more people. Because little do you know, the more that, like, when people come in on your post, and I know most people, they just don't reply back to people comments, but that's another way that you can continue to build that momentum on your post, by replying back to people who engage or comment on your post. Because think about this, each time that you're commenting or replying back to someone who responded to one of your posts, that adds up in terms of the comments count. So when you're constantly having all this engagement, so now Instagram like, okay, people are liking this post, people are interacting. You know, it's some back and forth. You know, the person replying back to that person's comment. That's gonna also help with ranking that post. That's why I say you want to give your post time to like really like spread them out. You know, not too close to each other. The fourth E is entertainment content. Now, Nikki, you're a fan of this. Nikki is hilarious. Like, I'm quite sure.
Oh.
she
yeah. I'm a little ratchet.
So it's okay to post, you know, some entertaining stuff. Like if it's something funny, like a video or something, post it. Let people know like you just not all about business, but it's just to show you that you just pretty much an all around type of person, right? Give people a laughter, because you never know, that funny video can really help somebody throughout the day. They could be having a bad day, they upset, and they come across that funny video like, man, girl, man, I needed that, man. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, it's times that I've done posted stuff in my stories that was funny. Like Nikki probably remember when she was on vacation, right?
Yeah.
She was
I was drunk.
This exercise class. She out there dancing, and I'm like,
drunk.
I created a meme on why I blend in when you was born to stand out. She was entertaining. Like that type of stuff gets people's attention. So with those 4 E's, that can also help you with like not having to think on like what should I post next, right? The second way.
So let me
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go, you good.
So the second way that you can overcome with like, I don't know what to post, like think about, like I always tell people, like go to like Quora.com. It's Quora. I think that's how you spell it.
Okay.
Quora.com. And basically you can create a free account, and basically you can find like different forums around your industry that people may have questions about body sculpting and stuff like that, for an example. And what you can do is like when you go in these forums and you see these questions or concerns that most people have, and if you have the answer to it, create content around that. That's gathering. Now that's part of market research. Now you know what the market's concern is. Like, okay, is it safe for body sculpting? Or, you know, what's the first thing I need to do? How should I prepare myself? Like whatever questions people are asking, like around body sculpting as an example, then you can actually, if you know the answer to that person's question, you can create content providing a solution. So when it comes to content, I always tell people like find out the pain points, the problems, the frustrations that your market is facing, and whatever question they may have. And if you can put content around that and you're providing a solution, that's going to also help attract more followers to you and more people more inclined to what you're sharing, because now you presented a solution to their problem. So it's all about just finding the questions that most people may ask around your industry or your business. And if you have the answer, just provide a solution in the form of content. And honestly, it can be Reels. Right now, I'm going to tell you this. Reels is where it's at. I'm going to tell you why Reels, that if you're not leveraging Reels right now, I'm going to tell you why you need to do it right now. Because the fact is, when you're posting Reels, Instagram automatically promote your Reels on the Explore page. And you don't really have, like, gather all this engagement first before they put it on the Explore page. Like, when you're setting up and uploading your Reels, it automatically is going on the Explore page. And to be honest with you, them views are going up like crazy. You may not get as many likes, but those views of people that's watching and you're being consistent with it, that's going to also help with growing. Like I got a buddy, all he do is post Reels.
That's what I'm finna start doing, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Like videos is where it's at, you know? So those are two solutions that you all can just, you know, leverage in terms of like when you feel like you don't know what to post. So
now let me get in it. Okay. So my niece is on here. She the one braid my hair. Okay.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, Bobo. Okay, so I'm finna use your 4 E's because she gonna call me later and this your damn lesson. Educational. She could make a post saying how to make your braids last longer than 2 weeks. Right? She can educate us on what to do. Tie it up, whatever.
Yep.
Enlightening would be, hey, I started my braiding business a year ago and I love it. I love blah 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 blah. Would that be enlightening, or would that be motivational?
It can be inspirational, just how she heard it. Yep.
Okay, so engaging, she could have a picture of my hairstyle and somebody else's hairstyle, and she could say one or two.
Right.
And then people comment.
Yep.
And then she would comment back to them. So that's engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment could be a blooper. Like if she was doing my hair and everything failed and she made a reel and it's right. Personal. So that would be entertainment.
Exactly.
Then she could go to, however you say this word, because I'm country. It's cute. Because I said Cora like my grandmama, Cora. So I'm going to go to Cora May. And then she could look up what questions do people have about braids, which could be, are they going to take out my edges? Right. So she could just make something saying, hey, when something's braided correctly, it won't take out your edges, but you also shouldn't pull it in a ponytail. Exactly. So that would be 5 posts on her page.
Yeah.
Just that easy.
That easy.
Okay, Bakira, don't call me tonight. All right. Okay. Well, that was pretty easy there. Now let me get back to some questions. Well, hell, you look like you didn't answer all of them. Okay, so
go ahead.
Now, what if you? Okay, so I tried to use the apps that schedule for you, but my engagement was very, very, very low. So then I think I was using Later. Instead of having it post for me, I would make it like used to send me a text or a notification, and then I would remember to physically go in there and post it. How do you feel about scheduling apps?
Like Later and all that stuff, I'm familiar with them, and I don't utilize them no more. So I'm glad you brought this up, because now I want to share with you all, because I know I was sharing with you all last year, like on the last live that we did, like different apps to download. So just to make it easy for you all, Instagram, and Facebook, same company. So what happens is I use this software. It's free by Facebook, so it's owned by Instagram and all that. So you don't got to worry about, your account getting flagged or anything, because it's all Facebook and Instagram. So the software I use is called Creator Studio. Okay. Creator Studio allows you to connect your Instagram page and even your business page that you may have on Facebook, and you can actually schedule your posts from the app or on the desktop. You can upload it, schedule it, set the time when you want it to go out. And the great thing about it is you don't have to go in and, like you say, you used to get reminders to post it. It does it for you. You don't have to lift a finger. So once you put it up there, you got your caption on whatever you want to talk about this post. You can set the time and schedule it, and it'll automatically post on your page. Another app that I use that's by Facebook is called Business Suite, Facebook Business Suite. They have an app, but, most people like to use it for, the desktop version, but you can use it for both mobile or desktop. Now, one thing I like about Business Suite is that's the app that allows you to actually schedule your story posts.
What?
Yeah.
You ain't tell me that.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
So.
Oh, okay. So
with business,
I thought we were friends.
We are friends. I'm sharing it. Hey, I've been educating myself up to this point, so I'm learning new stuff. So I'm sharing it with you.
Okay. So I can stay scared.
I've been using these two for a while now. So with Business Suite, it allows you to really schedule your posts on your page and your stories, and you don't have to lift a finger. So once you schedule it, it'll automatically post it for you. And that's the great thing about it. And one of the things too that I've noticed with Business Suite is you can also manage your messages that you're getting from Facebook and Instagram. And one of the things that I like about it, because I do a lot of, networking and connecting with people when it comes to the DMs. And one of the things I love about Business Suite is when you're having a conversation with a particular prospect or a potential client, you just saying how you can help and service them, and provide a solution. It allows you in Business Suite to actually jot down notes. so you can remember some key points in that conversation that you had with that person. And I love that because like now I can actually like jot down notes for each person, so I don't have to always go back and try to skim through the threads and see like, okay, what this was. And now I got my notes in there and stuff like that. So if somebody want to get started with me in the business, I got that date in my notes, so I already know, and I put it on my calendar as a follow-up. And you know, it just allows you to just be able to plan, schedule, and automate your tasks when it comes to Facebook and Instagram. Or if you just strictly focus on Instagram, you can schedule all of that stuff hands-free.
So since you brought up the DM, now that's one thing that I didn't do that you told me to do, and that's because I had an attitude problem last time. So I might try it this time. Okay. Yeah. So is there a proper way to go into slide into somebody's DM? Is there some DM etiquette?
Of course. So when it comes to, you know, going into someone DM, now before I do it, it's a strategy. Everything I do is strategic. My strategy in terms of just automatically just messaging the person, I don't just go straight for the DM. So what I like to do with particular people is I'll go to their profile, check out what they posting, who they are, what they about. And basically, I engage with their content. You know, I'll like 3 of their posts, and I'll leave a meaningful comment on their posts. You know, and like when I say meaningful, I mean you really have to be genuine and meaningful at the same time. Instead, don't just like, if it's somebody that you may just, you know, may want to bring on as a client and you feel like a way you can help them and you want to learn more, don't come on nobody post talking about great posts, awesome posts, oh, this is cool, or just leaving emojis, because that don't hold no weight, you know? So I like to be like, when I'm engaging with somebody or dropping a comment, I'm genuine with what I'm saying. You know, it's just not just, I'm just doing it just to be doing it, but I'm sincere about what it is that I'm engaging with them on. So here's an example. I may just come on somebody's page like, dope page you have here. I see you killing it over here on the ground. Keep up the great work, and just never give up. Stay focused. You know, something like that. Like, that's uplifting. You know, somebody see that, they're gonna reply back. So what I do then, a lot of times they reply back, oh man, thanks, I appreciate it. So then I go into the DM and I just simply say, hey, so and so, Antonio here. I see you do XYZ. You're doing some amazing things. When you get a chance, man, let's connect the network. I like to learn a little bit more about you. And what I like to do, and another thing that you can actually do to really increase people seeing your message, is once you send a message, like the message. So now getting all these notifications, okay, damn, this person done like 3 of my photos. He done dropped me 1 meaningful comment. He done shot me a DM. He liked the message that he just sent me in my DM. So now there's like 4 different notifications that this person is getting from you. So now you got their attention because now they keep seeing your username. So they like, okay, see, all right, what this person is about, what they doing. So now once you get them to respond, you know, it's just all about building that rapport, finding out a little bit more about them. So I always tell people, just don't go in straight for the sale, because most people don't like to build rapport. You got to build rapport with people. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't go in just trying to go straight for the sale if you're looking to sell in the DM. So you have to be very strategic when it comes to that.
Okay. Yeah, that's my problem. People just come in there and it's like, damn, you want to get married? We ain't even dated, dog.
Right.
Okay. Now I got some questions for you. So somebody said, what's the app called to create great logos? Do you know an app to create logos?
Oh, the app I was talking about was Render Forest. Well, you talking about to create or customize or utilize your own logo to make it animated?
She put create.
So you want to create a logo. So, I mean, I do graphics. I use Photoshop and like Adobe and stuff. But, I mean, I always, like most people always recommend Canva. And I'm going to tell you why I don't recommend Canva. Because if, like, Canva, don't get me wrong, is a great platform to create content. Hands down. But when it comes to their logos, I don't recommend it because everybody is using that same damn logo, but changing. And people, and like, it's people that come to me, they act like they're a big business, and I'm like, bro, that's that Campbell logo. You just change it and put your own name. Like, it's noticeable. It don't stand you out from it. So I would just recommend, I mean, if you want to pay a graphic designer to put your logo together, like myself, feel free. Or you can just leverage Fiverr. They got websites like Upwork where they have people that do that stuff like that as well. So those are 3 options that you have.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the next question, but this happened to me. What's your opinion? When I first got on Instagram, I had a picture of my logo as my profile picture. Mm-hmm. Took it off and put a picture of myself, got more engagement. Do you feel, is there a difference between having an actual picture for your profile picture versus a logo, or that just was something freak that just happened to me?
No, I mean, a lot of times, like if you are going to use your logo as your profile picture, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I always tell people, like, especially if you got a business and if you're going to use your logo as your brand for your business, just make sure you let people know who the face is behind the brand. Because a lot of times most people don't know who that person is on the other side of the page or on the phone. So they just see a logo. But if they don't see no pictures of you, people are inclined to not really, I mean, not saying you can't get no business or you won't succeed, but when people see your face and see who you really are and they continue to see you knowing that you're a real person, yeah, you don't have people that, incline more into you and want to, rock with you and what you got going on. So, I mean, if you put your face on there as your brand, perfect.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. And it's an app. It's a software. It's a free one where you can actually customize your profile images. So, like, if you
I did mine, I think.
Yeah, it's PLP Maker or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's how I got that little red behind my picture on there. Y'all, I'll find it.
Right.
And I put it on there. But that's exactly what I use.
So, like, honestly, like, that right there is a good app to use to really make your profile picture stand out, especially if you have a picture of a portrait of yourself as the profile pic. That app right there, they have a lot of customizable backgrounds, and you can change the color around your brand as well. So yeah, that's a good app. I want to say it's plpmaker.com.
I think that is it.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to stories and feeds, hourly bodies, I'm talking about your question. Is there, okay, so my talking ads end up with a whole bunch of dashes at the top of the Insta story. Are there some rules? Like, I just feel like I be talking too much, but I sell more when I talk a lot. But on other people's, when they talk a lot, I just skip past it. I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit. I just skip past it. But I make more money when I talk. So like today, today I didn't talk on there. Okay. I've only sold 2 things. But if I would have talked on here, I would have sold 10 to 15 things.
Right.
So it's something about me talking on there. But is there a rule to, like, you're only supposed to post so many times on your story per day, or what do you think?
I mean, honestly, when it comes to stories, in my opinion, it's no limit, in my opinion. But I mean, if you like with you, like, I see your stories all the time. Like, your audience, you build an audience, they're gravitating to you. So even the new people that follow you, and you always do your introduction. Hi, my name is Nikki Payne. If you're new to my page, I talk shit, I talk business, and people is really what gravitates people. You're adding some entertainment with it. Like, you can be on the live, like that one story you did. You was outside, and it was so funny, but most people probably wouldn't even catch this when they like, y'all, I hear y'all, I'm just looking at where this beat going. But yeah, like psychology, and what we call that in marketing is called pattern interrupt. Pattern interrupt. So that's a good thing. So you be leveraging a lot of stuff that you don't really be realizing, but really, like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, your audience gravitates to that. Like, they know you for that. So I wouldn't change what you've been doing. But now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, there are some other people that just be talking, don't get to the point, or be talking about that. So yeah, I ain't gonna sit and waste my time trying to see what the heck you got going on or what you're talking about. Like, I experienced that too, because I'll just skip it and go to the next in a minute. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me
But
answer.
if you feel like the more you talk and you making sales, hell, keep talking. Hey,
Man, my damn lips be tired. All right. So somebody said, what if you're trying to create a paid event? What app would you recommend for digital ticket selling?
for digital ticket selling, I know
Could
most.
you do Eventbrite?
Yeah, most people use Eventbrite. Right.
Yeah,
I was just about to say
that's
that.
what.
Most people use Eventbrite.
All right. Let me see if I see some more questions. Please pin this. Okay. Same with me. Blah, 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 blah. I think we had already answered. What's the name of the app? Which app you asking about,
Oh,
Chrissy?
I know I mentioned 2 apps. It was Mojo and it was Render Forest. Forest got one R in it.
Oh hell, but I messed that up.
It's all
I
right.
didn't.
Forest.
Thank you, Body Bell. Body Bell said that it was pfpmaker.com.
PFP. Yep. Yeah. I know.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Now I got another question. So, what about the people? Somebody asked a question. They said, wait a minute, where he go, y'all? He done hung up on me. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Breaking Chains. Thank you, Gold. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me accept this.
I'm back.
My bad, dog. I hadn't paid the bill. They cut it out.
Look,
I had to put a quarter.
it.
I had to put a quarter in my phone, to make it work.
Okay. I'm back. Okay, what you say now?
Hell, I don't remember. Wait a minute. I don't even remember the question. Hold on, y'all. Y'all remember the question that I was asking?
Hey, Nikki. Good information. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, you was talking about the app. You had said Mojo
And Render Forest.
and Render for it. Oh, I know what I was saying. So what about the people, the person that asked the question, what if you just don't like posting and you don't like social media? Like, should you pay someone to post for you? A niece, a company, virtual assistant?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with virtual assistants. Like if you're gonna bring people on to do that for you, I always tell people to pre-qualify them. You just don't want any and everybody. But like I said in the beginning, you got to be very careful with who you're getting access to your account, because that can also help you get disabled if they're logging in different areas that Instagram is not familiarized with your account being logged in. So you have to really keep that into consideration as well. When it comes to if you really want to pay somebody to post for you. So, but yeah, I mean, there are people that's willing to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. Somebody said, what do we do when we get disabled from doing paid ads on Facebook and Instagram due to before and after pictures? So her page isn't disabled, but she can't do ads. But that happened to me too.
Right.
And I had to get your brother.
Yeah.
I had to get
Gerald.
should I say 1% or should I say Jake? Girl, the person who I tagged in my Insta story that say G Bass Wealth Tips, he had to do mine for me. He had to go on Facebook and do something in Facebook Manager to get mine to work. But I feel like it wasn't nothing that I could do for myself because I didn't have the patience to do it.
Right. Yeah, you gotta. Now, I ain't a big guy on knowledge when it comes to ads, but a lot of times, like Gerald shared on his last live, like if you keep posting something and they reject it the first time and you still trying to push that content out there to promote, they can also cause your page to, prevent you from going, running ads and stuff like that. So you just got to keep that in mind. But one thing I will say is, I know Nikki has the playback from Monday when she did the live with my brother. I would just say go back and listen to that, because he pretty much gave the whole blueprint on the whole situation in terms of like your account is getting banned and stuff like that, or you can't promote or run ads. He pretty much answered all of that. But, he's the ad guy. I'm the more so any guy. Like, I want to say since I've been in business, I probably ran ads once, like 1 or 2 times, but I paid him to do it. And that was it. Like, really not a big ad person like that, but I know ads do work. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get into it. But I was like, I just really never ran that many ads since I've been in business.
Well, you didn't even tell us what you do. I just started talking. So, cause you had a event. Okay, tell us what you do, because I don't even want to say. What do you actually do? You doing this for me, but what do you actually do? Like with
So
your events and stuff.
like I don't do events, but like pretty much like, you know, of course we got the free Facebook group that Gerald mentioned on Monday, the 1% CEOs, you know, for coaches, consultants, service providers, and course creators. So we have a group in there, and like we do a live every Wednesday where we speak on different topics. We ask the audience what are some things they want to hear or learn more about, and you know, we actually set up a poll in there, and based off of the votes, we actually, you know, do live streams in there, educating everybody in that group for free. So that's one of the things we do. But in terms of me, you know, I pretty much help a lot of coaches, consultants, service providers, and course creators with growing their online presence when it comes to Instagram and monetizing it, you know, by breaking the Instagram code. And so that's pretty much what I do. So you know, I have people that pay me to, you know, want to grow their accounts and show them ways that they can monetize it. And so we put a whole framework and everything together for them to be able to put them in position to monetize.
Is it an ebook, or is it like one-on-one, or how does it go if I wanted you to monetize my account for me, or somebody who wanted you to monetize their account for them? Like, what would be the process? So I hit you in the DM, say, hey, shawty, what's happening? I ain't really getting no followers and then over here. Can you help me? So what would be the process?
So the process is with me, I always like to, of course, get on the line, do a discovery call with that potential client just to get a little bit more information on them and their business, where they at, what they looking to accomplish. And if it's a way that I feel that I can help them with what they're looking to accomplish, and then, you know, we definitely set up another call and we just go more in depth where we put a custom tailored strategy and a game plan specifically tailored around your business and for you. And then from there, we just take it from there. So, yeah, so we go through.
Well, y'all give out so much free information. I don't see how you make money, because before I got on here, I was on Facebook with Gerald with lead generation. And I said, well, if y'all keep on talking, I ain't going to need to buy nothing. Y'all give out so much information. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Somebody said, for your services, how much would it cost, or is it case by case?
it all depends on your goals, but you can just schedule a call with me and we can just have a discussion just to see where you at.
And what's the proper way to go in your DM, or to go in the post, or hit your contact in your bio?
Yeah, so I actually, like, if you go to my bio, I have a book now button. So just click on that and it's going to take you to my calendar. You just select the day and the time you want to get on the call to chat with me, and we can match each other's schedules and, you know, set up the call and we can talk more about it.
Okay. Oh, let me tell you something that you mentioned to me that got me, that really upped me. I don't know what we was talking about, but you told me something about following hashtags. You remember when you told me that?
Yeah, yeah.
So all y'all body sculptors, what I did was I forgot exactly what he said, but he said within our industry, think of, so this is what I did. I said, okay, I'm a body sculptor. Who would need my services? Somebody who's thinking about plastic surgery, or somebody who's needs skin tightening. So I followed the hashtag VBS surgery, whatever the surgery, like the bariatric surgery. I just followed that hashtag and I did what you said. Every time I seen somebody had the bariatric surgery, I went in there and said, oh my God, girl, you're going to look good. Oh, I can't wait to see your results. And I was genuine. And so all of those people end up either following me, or they'll DM me and say, well, I got this surgery. Can you help me with skin tightening? And that just came from me following the hashtags, like you said. So I just want to thank you for that, because that's how I end up selling a whole bunch of radio frequencies. So I really, really appreciate that.
Plug. Hey, that's what's up.
I be listening. Yeah, when you come around, I don't say nothing, but when you leave, I be talking again. All right, y'all. Well, we got about 5 more minutes, y'all. Y'all got any questions? Breaking Chain says she love Antonio and the team. Oh yeah, I love them too. Well, anybody got any more questions or anything? Man, I got so many notes to add to my other notes. Huh? Because what you said is simple stuff. It's like you're not telling me I gotta pay nobody. It's just stuff that I can do for myself.
Like when I share my knowledge with people, I try to keep it simple as much as possible, to where even a fifth grader can understand it. You know, I don't like to be so difficult, be all complicated, want to use these big words. Nah, man. Like I just try to keep it simple so the person can understand and get an idea of what they need to do. So that's
So I'm gonna just since breaking chains on here, I'm just what's the app to upload the picture and make it animated? It was PFP.
That's for the profile picture, but I was talking about render forest. Like if you have your own logo, you can actually upload it and make it animated. So that was render forest.
Oh, okay. And that forest with one R, right?
One R.
One R. You know I got to say Aura.
Aura.
Aura, Kelly. Ursher. All of them. Well, all right. Well, thank you so much. I'm finna do this. So within the last 2 weeks, we got business credit checked off. We got mortgages and personal credit checked out. Your brother helped us with Instagram ads, and you just helped us with automation and getting new followers and sliding the proper way to slide in the DM, and you gave us some apps. So I think we pretty much covered. And I wanted to do this before Black Friday, you know, so people can do this now to prep for Black Friday. So thank you so much. And everybody's saying thank you. Thank you, Courage Nurse. But people are saying, everybody's saying thank you. And people who bought the badges, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're monetizing.
Oh, I'm monetizing. Yeah, yeah. Well, all right then. Well, I'll be hitting you in your DM with some more questions.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
No problem. Y'all take care.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Bye. Okay. Bye.